Hey, how's it going, Renee? This is Jack here with Mr. and Mrs. Leads. So what I want to talk about here in the video is first explain just how many people are using the phone these days for all the products and services they're looking for. So as you know nowadays, so many people have smartphones. Statistically, 60% of all searches done on Google nowadays are for local searches and are done on mobile phones. So you have to imagine that a ton of people have smartphones and they can search anything on their phones nowadays. And nowadays, when people are looking for any service nowadays, so whether your toilet's broken, whether you're looking for the best steakhouse, whether you're looking for a swim team to join, all those things, you're not really going to go onto your phone book or Yellow Book or yellowpages.com and look for those kinds of things. What most people are doing nowadays are actually going on their phones and looking up, or even on their desktop and laptops, and they're just going onto Google and searching up, toilet repair near me, or best steakhouse near me, swim lessons in Colorado Springs, Colorado, that kind of thing, right? And I wanted to show you just how many searches people are searching for when it comes to real estate, and especially here in Colorado Springs. So what I want to do is highlight that and then show you exactly what we need to get you there, and then how we would go about ranking you if we're to tackle this project out together. All right, so without further ado, let me go and get started. The first thing I did was I actually pulled up your website here in a tool called Ahrefs. Ahrefs allows search marketers like myself to look at the metrics of a website and see what's been working out for you. What I want to show you real quick is highlight this Keyword Explorer tool. It basically gives us the metrics and the estimated number of people that are actually searching for a given keyword or phrase. And so what I did was before I made this video, I ran some competition analysis real quick and grabbed some keywords that they were already ranking for to pull up some of those metrics. So you'll see right here, right off the bat, Colorado Springs real estate. There's 7,300 searches per month on average. Now this actually tends to be less than what it actually is, but there's 7,300 searches per month for that phrase. Homes for sale in Colorado Springs, another 5,300. Colorado Springs homes for sale, another 4,900. Homes for sale, Colorado Springs, 4,400, and I just kind of go down the list, right? So Colorado Springs Realtors, homes for sale in Woodland Park, CO, and these are very targeted keywords, right? So there's a thing called inbound marketing and outbound marketing. So traditionally, things like television advertising, print media, radio, all that kind of stuff was what we call outbound marketing, right? So what you're trying to do is you're trying to reach out to people and try and capture their attention, and hopefully out of that segment of target demographics, someone will be able to relate to your message, and then hopefully they'll reach out and contact you that way. With inbound marketing, which is basically online marketing, and what we do here at Mr. and Mrs. Leads, what we do is we target targeted traffic. These are people that are looking for your product or service, and we want to make sure that we're in front of those people that are typing those kinds of things. And that's essentially what we do, and that's why the kind of marketing that we do is so powerful, because it directs all of our attention on people that are actually looking for your product or service. So I won't repeat myself, and I'll show you these numbers because they're real hard numbers, and these are just stats, right? And so there's no way to fake these numbers, and you can see that it is very, very a lot. So actually, if you look right here, if we add up all those keywords just for the first rudimentary search I did, there's 39,000 searches per month for that keyword total. Now, right now, you're not ranking for any of these keywords. You're not on the first page, and if you're not on the first page currently, you're just not being found for these keywords. You can see just how powerful, if you were to actually rank for all these keywords and start bringing in 39,000 traffic to your website, what that can do to your business and your realty group, right? And so we need to make sure that we're on top of that, because your website can just be a website that you can just manage and just kind of show people, and so that when people are searching up your name, they can see that you're a legitimate website. Or your website can be a sales machine, a salesperson that doesn't have any sick days, that doesn't take any vacation, that doesn't leave for holidays, works 365 days a year and just keeps on bringing you leads, right? And that's essentially what we're doing with SEO, because we're not paying for traffic. We're making it so that you rank organically there, and once you're there, you don't have to keep on paying for people to keep on signing up with you and going and visit your website for these keywords, because you're ranking organically for those keywords. And that's why it's so powerful for us to be able to do these SEO tactics, and for us to be able to partner with real estate groups and really any business owners and start bringing them traffic and leads, because like I said, everyone's searching for services and products online through Google, and it just makes sense for you to be in front of those people. So now, hopefully, I've kind of shined some light into just what's potentially out there. What I want to do is just talk about exactly how we'd go about ranking you real quick, all right? So the three main factors are your backlinks, citations, and content, okay? So your backlinks are basically any links that link back to your website via hyperlink. So what we want to do is we want a lot of websites to talk about your website and links back to your website via that hyperlink. And by doing that, it shows Google that you're the kind of website that other websites like to talk about, and it builds the overall authority in Google's eyes. And when Google can see that your website is an authoritative website that other websites like to talk about, they're going to start giving you credit for it, and then you're going to start ranking above your competition. So that's that's the first thing that I want to mention. The second thing that I want to mention is your citations. So your citations are basically any name, address, or phone number that you can submit your website directory to, your name, address, and phone number that you can submit to a website directory. So Google goes out and crawls a bunch of website directories, and what they do is when you can submit your name, address, and phone number to all these different directories, it shows Google that you are a legitimate business that has a legitimate address, a legitimate phone number that serves that local area. And so what happens is, especially when people are on their phones and you know, Google has their voodoo ways of figuring out exactly where your location is, when you're typing in like things like, you don't even have to type in Colorado Springs. If you just type in homes for sale, without even that Colorado Springs number in there, they're going to be able to pull up websites that are near your location, and especially on that map portion, right? So we want to make sure that you show up on the map portion and on those organics when people are searching on their phone. So citations are huge for that kind of thing. So we want to make sure we submit your name, address, and phone number to these directories, right? The last thing that I want to briefly talk about is the amount of content, right? So Google nowadays, along with the authority by other websites talking about your website, another way that Google associates authority with websites is the amount of content that you have. So nowadays, Google recognized that the websites that tend to be authoritative tend to have a lot of content in that space. And so when you don't have a lot of content on your website, especially on your homepage, Google doesn't give you a lot of credit for all the other SEO factors that you're doing because you just don't have enough content on there. It works two ways because one, websites that tend to have more content tend to be more authoritative in Google's eyes, and two, when Google's website crawlers crawl through your website, they can't look over your images and determine what your website is about. They can't go in here and look at this person and this mountain and say, hey, and this woodland park and say, hey, this has to do with real estate. What they can do is they can go through your content and recognize, okay, we are a real estate group, we do this and this and that, here's why we're better than other real estate groups, you know, we do this and this and that, we've worked with blah, blah, blah. And so then Google can crawl that and they can use their AI algorithm to determine exactly what your website is about. But if you don't have enough content on your website, Google's never going to know what your website is about and what kind of keywords you should rank for. So that's the kind of thing that we want to make sure we focus on when we do the SEO aspects for you. So I don't want to make this video any longer than this, so I'll wrap it up here, but hope you got some insight out of this. All right, thank you.